In the next few minutes, we're going to be telling you exactly how to pass Google's Core Web Vitals. These are largest contentful paint, interaction to next paint, and cumulative layout shift. These metrics were first released in 2020, and they grade how fast your website is from a user experience standpoint. Now, to pass Core Web Vitals, we don't need 100% of your visitors to have a good experience. Google understands that some visitors are going to always have a slower experience, because some folks are going to have poor connections sometimes, or a number of different other reasons. So they go with 75% of your real visitors needing to score well on these metrics. Now, this is your field data. So if you go into your Google Search Console and you click on Core Web Vitals, that's what this is going to be pulling from, your actual visitors to the website, not your GT metrics score or page speed insights score. And this is your actual Core Web Vitals. So first, you want to find what is failing. In Search Console, you can see exactly which URLs and metrics fail. You can also use Google's Page Speed Insights tool for this, but you want to have a good baseline of what's failing, how much it's failing, to be able to optimize for it. So LCP is the metric that most people will fail. Usually this can be fixed with better hosting, proper caching setup, fixing your render blocking scripts. And most of the time, if you're on a CMS like WordPress or Shopify, usually it's coming from your apps or your plugins or your themes. So those are some of the ways to speed up your largest contentful paint. Target is to get this under 2.5 seconds. And keep in mind, this is the largest text, video, or image element once the page is finished loading. So next, we want to look at your interaction to next paint. Interaction to next paint actually reduced first input delay, which was a similar metric, and it was released in 2024. So now interaction to next paint, the way to fix this, which is used mainly for responsiveness, is to reduce the amount of JavaScript on the website. If tasks are taking, multiple seconds, you want to break those as much as possible. There are a few different ways to do that, which we'll cover in a later video. You want to cut these heavy third-party scripts, which usually are coming from analytics and tracking services, stuff you might use to help with the marketing, but could seriously slow down your site, and your interaction to next paint will reflect that. So goal is to get that metric under 200 milliseconds. Now, stability on the site. We've all been to a site where it bounces around and it's frustrating. You go to click on one element and it sends you to another page, maybe a button or a form that you didn't need to do. So to fix that, you want to set dimensions on your images and your embeds, especially if you're serving ads on your website. You want to make sure that you set up font display swap for your fonts. Maybe it's a third-party fonts coming from Google, or another font service. You want to make sure that it serves a proper version of that font and the swap is instantaneous. Goal is to get that under 0.01. Now keep in mind, your field data it takes 28 days of Google collecting data from your real website visitors to give you that passing or that failing grade. But there is a way that you can get around this, and that's by having a real user monitoring tool. We like Debug Bear and RumVision are a few of the ones that we use. You want to make sure that you can test this data every day or every week, especially if you don't have a lot of traffic. You don't want to have to wait the full 28 days, because then it could take months to properly optimize and pass. So start off by measuring, know where you are first, then work on fixing your largest contentful paint, move on to your interaction to next paint, and then your cumulative layout shift can go last. Then you can either wait out the field data 28-day window, which we would suggest, or set up real user monitoring tools to get that data instantly. Now, if you would like help fixing your Core Web Vitals, passing your Core Web Vitals is something that we actually guarantee. We're one of the few companies that guarantees a passing grade on Core Web Vitals, or we will work until it is passing. And sometimes websites that are updated frequently, they do need very on-demand strategy like this. So head over to pagespeedmatters.com, request a free audit, and we look forward to speaking with you. Thanks for watching.